Hidden in the clouds, engraved into the Andes, lies a place wrapped in mystery, Machu Picchu. Was it a royal estate, a sacred sanctuary, or something not of this world? No written records, no clear answers. Just ancient stones whispering secrets of a lost civilization. Alien theories, century-old disputes, forbidden skies, and even a Bollywood connection. This isn't just history. It's a puzzle carved in stone. What did Hiram Bingham really discover? Why can't helicopters fly over it? And those llamas, are they part of the story or just photobombers? Stay tuned till the end as we uncover the untold truths behind one of the world's greatest enigmas. Prepare for twists, turns, and revelations that challenge everything you thought you knew about Machu Picchu. Welcome to the shadows of the past. Welcome to Mystery Media. Why is Machu Picchu an important archaeological site? High above the sacred valley of southern Peru, settled down between the towering peaks of Machu Picchu and Huayna Picchu, stands a city frozen in time. A city that whispers secrets through its ancient stones, veiled beneath the clouds, hidden from the world for centuries, or so they say. But what if Machu Picchu was never truly lost? What if its disappearance from history was not an accident, but an intentional erasure? Machu Picchu, the crown jewel of the Inca Empire, perched at an altitude of 2,430 meters, 7,970 feet above sea level, surrounded by cliffs that plunge over 450 meters straight down to the roaring Urubamba River below. A natural fortress, protected not just by its isolated location, but by the very earth itself. Steep ridges, deep canyons, and mysterious mists that rise from the valley like ghosts of the past. Built in the 15th century, during the reign of the mighty Inca Emperor Pachacuti, 1438-1472, Machu Picchu was more than just a city. It was a masterpiece of engineering, with polished dry stone walls so precise that not even a blade of grass could fit between the stones. Historians say it was a royal estate, a private retreat for the Incan elite. But why would the Incas go to such extraordinary lengths, constructing terraces, temples, and an entire citadel, only to abandon it just a century later? And here's the real question. Did they truly abandon it, or was something else at play? Located just 80 kilometers, 50 miles, northwest of Cusco, the heart of the Inca Empire, Machu Picchu was hidden in plain sight. It straddles the southern hemisphere, precisely 13.111 degrees south of the equator, a position not chosen at random, but with an almost obsessive alignment to celestial patterns. But here's where things get strange. Despite its significance, there are no written records from the Incas about Machu Picchu. No scrolls, no maps, no inscriptions. The Incas, after all, had no written language. Their history was carved into memory, passed through oral traditions, and encoded in knotted strings known as quipu, many of which remain undeciphered to this day. After the fall of the Inca Empire to the Spanish conquistadors in the 16th century, Machu Picchu seemingly vanished from history. Or did it? In 1572, a Spanish soldier named Baltasar Ocampo recorded mentions of a mysterious fortress hidden in the mountains, a place with majestic buildings, carved with an artistry beyond anything the Spanish had ever seen. But then, nothing. No follow-up expeditions, no detailed records. The site faded back into obscurity, as if the earth itself conspired to keep it hidden. Why? An American explorer named Hiram Bingham stumbles upon the ruins, guided not by ancient maps, but by local farmers who already knew of its existence. Bingham called it the lost city of the Incas, igniting global fascination. But here's the twist. Machu Picchu was never really lost. The locals had always known. It was only lost to the Western world, to the conquerors and treasure hunters who sought to rewrite history in their own image. New research published as recently as 2021 suggests the site was never called Machu Picchu at all. The Incas likely knew it as Huayna Picchu, named after the towering peak that looms over the ruins. So where did the name Machu Picchu come from? Simple, Bingham's misinterpretation, or perhaps an intentional rebranding to fit a more exotic narrative for Western audiences. Archaeologists have uncovered skeletal remains that tell a story the textbooks don't. Evidence of human sacrifice, mysterious rituals, and people from diverse regions. Immigrants brought to Machu Picchu, not as citizens, but as servants, or perhaps something darker. Bones show signs of strange diseases, unusual diets, and even ritualistic injuries. What was really happening here? Was Machu Picchu just a royal retreat, or was it something more? A sacred site for mystical ceremonies, cosmic alignments, and hidden knowledge that the Incas didn't want falling into Spanish hands? How was Machu Picchu discovered? The year was 1911, when American historian and explorer Hiram Bingham ventured into the Peruvian wilderness, not in search of Machu Picchu, but for the fabled lost city of the Neo-Inca state, Vilcabamba, the final stronghold of the Inca after the Spanish conquest. But fate had other plans. Bingham wasn't alone in his quest. At his side was a humble villager named Melchor Arteaga, whose knowledge of the land would change history. Arteaga led Bingham to an overgrown ridge, a place whispered about by locals but dismissed by scholars. On July 24, 1911, with nothing but a sense of wonder and an unrelenting spirit, Bingham crossed a fragile log bridge over the roaring Urubamba River and climbed into history. At the summit, hidden beneath a veil of tangled vines and dense foliage, Bingham stumbled upon not ruins forgotten, but a site still alive. Quechua farmers had been cultivating the very terraces carved by their ancestors centuries before. Among them was Pablito Alvarez, an 11-year-old boy who became an unexpected guide, leading Bingham deeper into the ancient citadel. But here's where the story twists. On the walls of the Temple of the Three Windows, Bingham discovered a name scrawled in charcoal, Agustin Lizarraga, dated 1902. Shocked, Bingham scribbled in his journal, Agustin Lizarraga is the discoverer of Machu Picchu and lives at San Miguel Bridge just before passing. At first, Bingham gave Lizarraga his due credit, even mentioning him in early speeches and writings like Inca Land, 1922. But as Bingham's fame grew, the narrative shifted. By the time he penned his celebrated book Lost City of the Incas, 1952, Lizarraga's name had all but vanished. The glory of discovery belonged solely to Bingham, or so history was told. But Bingham's journey didn't end there. His expedition ventured further, discovering the true site of Vitcos and the temple of Chuquipalta. In the dense jungles of Espiritu Pampa, he uncovered ruins so overgrown they seemed swallowed by the earth itself. He called it Trombone Pampa, unaware that he'd stumbled upon Vilcabamba Viejo, the final refuge of the Incas after the fall of their empire. Decades later, in 1964, explorer Jean Savoy revealed the full extent of Espiritu Pampa, confirming what Bingham never could. This was the last city of the Inca, the true Vilcabamba. Yet Machu Picchu remained the crown jewel, not because it was the last city, but because it was the city that refused to be forgotten. Machu Picchu was never lost. It was always there, cradled by the mountains, guarded by clouds, and remembered by those who called it home. But history is written by those who discover it for the world, not by those who never forgot. Facts about Machu Picchu you didn't know. Here comes the million-dollar question. What was Machu Picchu built for? Historians debate, archaeologists theorize, and travelers speculate. Some say it was a royal estate crafted for the Inca Emperor Pachacuti, a hidden retreat where he could gaze upon his vast empire from the clouds. Others argue it was a sacred religious sanctuary, a place of spiritual reflection where high priests communicated with the gods. But the truth? No one knows for sure. You see, the Incas left no written records. Their stories were etched not on paper, but in the alignment of stones, the flow of water channels, the position of temples against the rising sun. Every theory is like a fragment of an unsolved puzzle, each piece adding to the enigma of Machu Picchu. And just when you think you've heard it all, some claim it wasn't built by humans at all. Yes, you heard that right, aliens. Conspiracy theorists argue that the Incas couldn't have achieved such architectural perfection without help from the stars. How could they have moved those colossal stones without modern technology? How did they carve them so precisely that not even a blade of grass fits between? While it's a fun theory to entertain, there's no concrete evidence. No UFO sightings carved into the stone, no extraterrestrial artifacts buried beneath the soil. But isn't it thrilling to wonder? Fast forward to today, Machu Picchu isn't exactly a hidden gem anymore. In 2022, nearly 1 million people journeyed to this ancient wonder, their footsteps echoing across the same stones walked by Inca royalty, priests, and perhaps something more. But don't worry about the crowds diminishing its magic. Efforts are in place to preserve its integrity, managing visitor flow to protect both the site and the experience. Imagine standing there, feeling the cool Andean breeze, knowing you're part of a story that's been unfolding for centuries. Oh, and speaking of stories, did you know Machu Picchu had a Bollywood moment? The vibrant song Kilimanjaro from the film Robot features these ancient ruins as a dramatic backdrop, blending ancient history with modern pop culture. Who would have thought Machu Picchu had such star power? And what's a Machu Picchu story without mentioning its unofficial mascots? The llamas. Adorable? Yes. Ancient relics? Not quite. These fluffy photobombers were brought in to keep the grass trimmed and, let's be honest, to charm tourists. So the next time you snap that perfect llama selfie, remember, they're the modern guardians of an ancient world. Now, if you crave a moment of pure, unfiltered awe, find your way to the Sun Gate, or Inti Punku in Quechua. Picture this, it's the summer solstice, and the sun rises perfectly through the gate, casting a celestial glow over the ruins. It's as if the universe itself designed the scene, a divine spectacle woven into stone and sky. But beneath the breathtaking beauty lies a tale of international intrigue. When Hiram Bingham discovered Machu Picchu, he didn't leave empty-handed. His team collected thousands of artifacts, ceramics, jewelry, even human bones, and shipped them off to Yale University. Peru wasn't pleased. What followed was a 100-year-long battle over ownership, a tug-of-war between nations. Finally, in 2012, after decades of negotiation, the artifacts were returned to Peru, restoring a piece of the country's stolen heritage. But not everything has been reclaimed. Above Machu Picchu, the skies remain a no-fly zone. Helicopters are banned, not just to protect the fragile ruins, but to preserve the serenity, the sacred silence that wraps around the site like an invisible cloak. It's a place where time stands still, where every stone, every path, every whisper of the wind carries the echoes of an ancient civilization. So what is Machu Picchu really? A royal estate, a spiritual sanctuary, a cosmic enigma carved by alien hands? Perhaps it's all of these, or none. Maybe that's the point, because Machu Picchu isn't just a place, it's a mystery, an adventure, a story still being written with every curious soul who dares to ask, what if? If this journey through history, mystery, and marvel captivated you, subscribe to Mystery Media, where the past comes alive, and every story has a secret waiting to be uncovered.